Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hello, guys, gals, others. This is Globbo. Globbo Smackbody. He is my minstrel. My level 140 character. This used to be the cap. My character Lens is at like 134. But this is the only one who's ready to go off to Umbar. But before we get to Umbar, my understanding is that we have a bunch of quests to do in the King's Gondor. King being the artist formerly known as Aragorn, now known as Elessar. So I spent a good 3 hours yesterday cleaning up my inventory. Seriously, 3 hours to clean my inventory. And get myself here to start the Umbar quests, eventually.
I was instructed to bring you to see King Elessar.
And I will get a nice shiny item, which will be significantly higher level than what I currently have. It will be that one, and you can see the difference in that. That's interesting. A lot more vitality, so that's a lot more hit points, basically. But actually slightly less will, which is sort of the stat most likely to be needed. But that's a lot of life. So that will be good. And let's accept the quest.
It is to the Tower of Icthelion we go.
Then let us go to the Tower of Icthelion.
King Elessar desires to speak with you in the Tower of Icthelion about an important matter.
Hi, Glindor. King Elessar and Queen Arwen will see me now. If I could walk that way, I wouldn't need the baby powder. That's
there you are.
A joke that's way older than me.
My friend. I am pleased to see you return.
I'm sure you are. Wow. We accomplished so much in the fight against Mordor. I'm sure, Elessar, you're with him and he smiles. I knew our minds would be alike in this. That's a little bit too much reading for me to do, sorry guys. Or at least to do on stream, because you don't need to hear me talk for 15 minutes. Or read for 15. You're going to hear me talking for as long as you stay. I want to tour the kingdom and see what I can do to heal the hurts of the war.
But my queen worries for my safety on such a tour.
Nice dress, Arwen. Purple, blue,
Well,
good
they
luck.
are not my worries alone, dear one. The Council has expressed similar concerns.
Is this true? Thal here, what says my Warden of the Laws?
Thal here. I hesitate to mention my king, for I understand the majority of our people are overwhelmed with happiness. He clears his throat, looks uncomfortable, but there have been whispers of discontent in the city, following your happy marriage. Okay. And they speak of the heirs of Castamir. Castamir was the lord of Umbar a long time ago.
The heirs of Castamir? Surely they were all slain during the war.
Well, you're a lot
Aye, to be
optimistic,
certain.
aren't you, Aragorn?
We witnessed the death of their leader Balachor at Pelagia.
He met his end at the cold blades of the dead.
You know this to be true? Are you certain he had no sons or daughters to take up his cause?
Legolas, Gimli, come on.
Well,
Yeah, blowing smoke, Gimli, huh?
I suppose I am not certain of that.
very briefly, Elessar had a shadow. My husband so greatly desires to speak with his people. I ask of you and my husband's boon companions Legolas and Gimli go along with him and keep him safe. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, sure.
When these three return with tidings that the heirs are truly defeated, then I will be content for you to travel your kingdom, my husband.
I think such caution is needless. But if this is your will, I shall oppose it not. What say you,
Oppose
my
it not?
friends?
Are you like Yoda talking? You will do as the Queen requests. I think it'll prove unnecessary. Not an easy riddle to solve, Glabo. When you've determined that the heir of Castamere are no real danger, myself or my kingdom return. Talk to Gimli, northeast of Harland, in the King's Gondor. Oh, people want to talk to me still. Legolas. Another adventure begins, Glabo. Let us start journeying to Harland. And we're off to Harland. Great writer, Harland Ellison. Okay, I made that up. Great writer, Harland Ellison. Actually, not a great writer. Great storyteller. His writing was iffy. He wasn't a great prose constructor, but an amazing storyteller and polymath. Hi, Gimli. How you doing?
Oh, my feet are sore already.
Oh, Muffin. He's not the king of other kingdoms, is he? Legolas.
We have come to the south gate of the Ramas Echor.
So currently I have 72,000 hit points. I will choose this item.
I do not think this
Get some
expedition
XP and all
of
that
ours will
stuff.
take very long.
Equip the item. Go from 72,400 to 75,560. So it added about 1,100 health. Morale, in this case. If you're not familiar with Lord of the Rings Online, it's not health, it's morale. In essence, you never die. You might simply run away. Do not think the expedition will take very long. If there are folk around who believe the heirs of Castamere will return, let us find someone inside Harland to the southwest. Blah, 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 blah. All right. That is something we will be able to sell then. Talk to Othanar inside Harland. Go ahead and mount up. And head in. Are my friends coming with me? No, I guess I'm doing this by myself. I have no friends. I have discovered Ramas Echor and a new deed. And it's Harland. More quests. Bunch of quests from around. Othanar is the one I need to talk to for the quest I currently have.
You are here to help. That is good.
We turn none away who desire to help cleanse the South Harbor of the filth left behind by the orcs of Mordor. So we'll help him. The King's
As you
banners.
can see, the city is working to pick itself up after being nearly razed to the ground by the Morgul host.
And we'll talk to Langwin. We'll grab all the quests we can. And get to work.
Welcome to the Highlands. I can tell by your bearings that you are also not of these lands.
Pick up the crate. Mumak of Harland. Mumak are the war elephants. Got another quest over here.
Hello,
Hello.
hello! If you have come looking for one of my famous toy ships, you are sadly out of luck. my
Gosh, I was
friend.
here for the toy ships. He needs boxes of something. I've got more quests over here.
Greetings. I hear you were
Defeat
looking to lend
orcs
aid.
at
You were
Taustrock.
a great help during the
Well,
war.
I will accept that. And I can wait, though, until we actually get to Taustrock. Oh, yeah. Okay. Looks like the drunk.
You must forgive me for not rising to greet you, as I am not steady enough yet on my feet.
Examine 6 sites. Well, that's the one we currently have up. Clippity-cloppity. Ah, we've got a box, an inspection site, wooden planks. Multiple quests to work on at the same time. Always the way to do in a quest-driven game. For me, at least, going back to an area multiple times is less interesting and fun. Crate of carrots. Am I carrying this? I am carrying the crate of carrots. I was afraid of that. Ah, not too terribly far for bad guys. Let's see. Bring a crate of carrots to... set that as the quest focus. Not a big fan of quests like this, I have to say. They interrupt the quest flow. But, I'll do it. A lovely night here in Middle-earth, as you can see. To Locour is the person's name. Where am I running? Great Mumak trumpets with pleasure as you ride with her snack. Oh, okay. It's for her. Nice elephant you've got there. Nice heffalump.
Did you hear that? You have made her
I'll get some
happy.
XP
Most
and
excellent.
marks of renewal.
Thank you for gathering the crate.
Destroy
Be
blocks
honest,
of shoddy
I did
stone.
not really need you for
I'll
such a
accept that as
mean
well.
task.
Ah, definitely want to grab this while I'm here. Stable master.
What can I do for you?
You can be the stable master. It's kind of your job. Fortunately, I'm able to do these questy requests, mostly mounted, and then I got to this one, at which point they wanted me to get up. Rubble piles, shoddy stone. What the hell am I supposed to do with the shoddy stone? Oh, I'm breaking it up. What's it going to take? 2 whacks. Takes me 2 whacks to break up shoddy stone. I'm very doughty for a short little hobbit. Another deed. Whack. Whack. We've got bad guys. Oh, rat. Rat's not an especially bad guy. It's only a slightly bad guy. But a little bit of combat to try and remember my combat chops wouldn't be a bad idea. I have defeated rats throughout the Harland, 1 of 6. But there's another one right there, so... A couple more rats. Not very heroic, beating the crap out of rats, but given the number of freaking hit points the rats basically have half as many hit points as I do. Those are some pretty... A piece of falling stone nearly misses you. Nearly misses me? Barely misses me? Get back on the pony. We've got some more clickies. An angry buzzing fills the air. That sounds like I'm going to have to fight something. Oh, wasps. I clearly said to get off my goddamn horse. Oh, there's another one. Uh-oh. I'm almost dead. I didn't realize there were 3, and those things hit freaking hard. Of course, they are wasps. Heal myself. I don't recall. Yeah, I'm still bleeding. I don't recall exactly which instrument I'm using and why. I mean, it's a fiddle. Damage. Yeah, those are damage numbers. Those seem right. Note to self. Be a little more aware of your buttons. Pressing the right ones, probably a good idea. There's another inspection site over here. Can I get up? I can. The stone is shifted, but the brace is holding. I actually got loot off of the wasps. As I have said previously, frequently while doing key farms in Guild Wars 2, in the human starting area, nature's assholes, the wasps. Along with geese, I understand. Got more rats over there.
Well, it's about
Pick up the
time
bag of
Open Up
banners.
sent someone
It's
to
another
help me.
carry. We'll wait for a second then until after we kill the freaking rats. I should probably take this milestone. Bind myself here instead of Mount Gundabad. Gotta say, my shout does not seem to be stunning them. Which it used to do. I know they did major changes, but if they removed the stun from Piercing Cry, that's going to really suck. Where are the skills? It's K, isn't it? Where's the spec? No. No. That's it. Increases the critical chance. They must have removed the freaking stun. That's gonna really suck. I killed enough of the rats, I think. I'm gonna finish this one off anyway. Alright, pick up the bag of banners. And where am I taking this now? Replace the tattered banners. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not actually carrying it anywhere. They're just banners that need to be replaced. Now that is a significant decrease in the ease with which a minstrel can solo. If I don't get the stun from Piercing Cry anymore, that's a big, big hit to the class. For soloing, at least. I am not enthused about this change. At all. Used to be you could spec in and get a good chance, like a 50% chance of stun, maybe even more. Or it's stunned if you crit, and you had a good crit chance. Alright, I've destroyed all the shoddy stones.
You return! Did you find and destroy many of the inferior blocks?
Glad that you destroyed so many of those shoddy blocks. Yet troubles, too, that there were so many. Ordered the inferior blocks destroyed, but I need to trace the dilution of our stock. Talk to Kolnadak. Right? I've got more stuff I need to find here in town. Yet. Pile of rubble. I'm now a fifth of the way to level 41. Level 141, sorry. Level 41. Alright, not there. There it is. That should be the last of the piles of rubble. It is.
You almost had me believing King Elessar himself would bring these planks to me.
You have my thanks. And talk to Legolas. Greenleaf, Long Under Tree.
How goes the work? Gimli and I have made ourselves useful.
I'm dubious. Some of the folk here seem distrusting of elves and dwarves.
bothered by it? Oh, you wound me, Legolas.
He likes it when Legolas wounds him. It's not a healthy relationship. Approach the small crowd and listen to their conversation. What small crowd? More loot. Let's see, where are we? Ah, this would be the small crowd. You talking, Danny? Oh, I have to listen. Berthon glares at you with suspicion and dislike writ on his face.
What do you want? Don't like what you hear, do you?
Doesn't matter to me, you like what you don't. Gondor changed once and it can change again. Folk like you might want to watch where you stick your noses. Wow. You insist that Balakor is very dead, and Berthon snorts. That's not what my friend in Arnok says, and I think I'll be listening to him, not you, stranger. The crowd glares at me with distrust. Well, I could always hit them all with a nice call of Arome.
That went well.
That went well. You think that went well? I am...
Balakor died on the deck of his banner ship, the Night Jewel. We saw him die.
We should follow these whispers to Arnok. Travel to the village of Arnok, southwest of Harlond in the King's Gondor. Still got more stuff to do here, though. Which quest is the red? The King's Banners. We'll do that next, I guess. Pardon me. Where the banner's supposed to go, yo? Well, not there. How about I read the quest? Atop the towers of Ramasakor. Alright, oh, these are the towers. Oh, I see. Yeah, up there. Yeah, that would be one of them. Okay. I don't have a clicky. Wow, they make that really tough to get to. Tattered banners replaced. Hey, come on, guys. You don't have any freaking railings. Osha is not going to like that. This is really not well designed. This is actually terribly designed. It's like, did no one actually try to do this themselves? Do we have another one here? I'm going to assume yes. Yes. How about if I dismount? Will that help? Will that make things better? Not really. I'm not staring at a horse's ass, but I guess a little better. The new banners look sideways. The new banners are sideways. So today we had a number of postings on. Really, I can't get in there. Jeez. A number of articles in various media that were not conducive to any sort of positivity about the state of gaming, as game companies continue to screw us every chance they get, relentlessly, enthusiastically. Sony leading the pack, managing to, in a single day, get over 30,000 downvotes for an enormous breakout hit they had with Helldivers 2. Way to go, Sony. Way to torpedo a huge hit. As they're going to require people now to, if they want to play their game that they have bought, you know, they will have to log in and link a PSN account, a PlayStation account, even if they don't have a PlayStation. Even if they're a country where you can't get a PlayStation account. So, I believe the number was, what I just heard, it was 60 countries where you cannot get a PlayStation account. And if you bought this game, you're about to have it taken away from you. Well, where are the other two? Is that them there? You know, the map has always been in this game has always been hit and miss. The fact that it is meant to look cool and be evocative rather than be useful has always been a negative. So, Sony, in their infinite lack of wisdom, has decided to piss off vast numbers of Helldivers players. Second was, let's see, who else was it? 1 second. Ah, yes. Take-Two shit-canned the entire studio that was working on Kerbal Space 2. And that game was in early access and now will never get finished. And so they have, once again, stolen money from the people who bought that game. And if you were one of the unfortunates, definitely, who bought the high-end package of Redfall, it's a year after the launch, and you still haven't gotten the stuff you actually paid for at that time. Way to go, game companies. Way to keep pissing in the faces of your customers. And in further news regarding this game, Lord of the Rings Online, the financials came out from Enad Global 7, which is a clusterfuck of a company. They own all of the former Sony Online Entertainment games. That's, well, they just sold PlanetSide, and yet still talked up PlanetSide in their financials. EverQuest, DC Universe Online, and Standing Stone, which has 2 games, LotRO, which we're seeing here, and Dungeons and Dragons Online. And the problem being with this is DDO and Lord of the Rings Online, the entire team size for both games, including, you know, whatever executives, management, and support, is a grand total of 60 people. It will be hard for anyone to justifiably complain about the quality of LotRO and or DDO, given the obvious amount of neglect coming from the company that runs them. Once again, contempt towards your user base seems to be part and parcel of the modern game player's experience. Where the game companies seem to actively hate the player base. Not the developers, well, in some cases the developers, but the publishers and the companies that run the games. Seeming to delight in trying to squeeze every dollar and just despise their customers.
Have you done it then?
Yes, I've done it
Ah,
then.
yes. I can see from here our king's banners flying true once more.
Yes, yes, yes. I've done it. So, it's just kind of a depressing day to be a gamer. What do we have? We've got... I need to find the 2 more sites that I need to examine. Those should be appearing on the map, and I'm not seeing them. Talk to Komodak. Where is he? Travel the village of Arnach. Well, that is sunken sails. They fall down. That should be... I should be pointed right at that. They all fall down. That should be right over here somewhere. There's one. And the 4th one should be over here somewhere. Or 6th one, I guess. Sorry. More rats. Minstrel trainer. I don't think there's anything they can train me in, though.
Have you
Browse
heard
the
the
shop.
rumors of enemies pressing in from all sides?
Nothing useful. Barter items?
Have you heard the rumors of enemies pressing in from all sides?
I have heard those rumors.
Have you heard the rumors of enemies pressing in from all sides?
Yes, I've heard the rumors. Now stop. Where am I? Should be to my right. There it is. Last of the inspection sites. This wall is stable. What? It's the stable wall? So that's where you keep the horses? Return to Brasi. That's the dwarf holding up the wall here.
You returned.
What have you found? You tell them which spots look like
What
they
have
need
you
immediate attention. Thank you. I'll send workers to those locations once my head stops spinning. With a reminder to them all to wear their helmets. Well, that's always sound advice. All right. That is the missing silk. Is it in the water, or is it, I guess, at that end of that pier? Ugh. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. Yeah, the next pier down. After I ride past some rats, evidently. Yeah, yeah. We got shitloads of rats. Lots and lots and lots of rats. Waterlogged fabric. Oh, it is out there in the water. Alright, I guess I can get on there. That's the wrong direction, though. And there's steps. Another player. Well, the new content, well, the newest content, I should say, did become available for purchase with LotRO coins just 2 days ago. Or is it yesterday? Yesterday, I think, actually. Actually, I think it was yesterday. So I spent the 3,000 coins to unlock Umbar. Oh, more rats! And another 1,000 to unlock the new class, which I haven't played yet. And also 700 more to buy some more additional storage, because, hey, storage. We always need more freaking storage. Is he still coming? What is up with this freaking rat? Seriously, dude. They both in the water? Must be. What the hell is doing an awful lot of damage to me? 2,000 every couple seconds? I have no idea what the hell it is. I mean, my out of combat regeneration is keeping me topped off, but still, I have no idea what the hell's doing 2,000 points of damage to me. The deep and treacherous waters. Oh, okay, yeah, I think I do remember reading that there was... that the waters themselves, you'll have to sort of level up your ability to deal with the waters. And oh my god, we got more rats. See if we can get far enough away from me so that they tether back. Should be able to. The dark and treacherous waters alone. We're doing 2,000 every couple seconds.
You did it!
I did it!
I hope you aren't too waterlogged yourself.
About 40% done with the journey to level 141. Talk to Kolnadak. It's all the way down there. Both of them are all the way down there. Well, I guess we ride that way. If I could ride that way. Looks like we ride right down the middle of the main drag. We're off. So, congratulations on reaching Friday evening. You have survived another work week, I assume. And can now begin a well-deserved weekend. Good evening. Yeah, hallelujah being whoa! An entirely appropriate response. I wasn't expecting bad guys everywhere the instant I got out of town. I've discovered Nan Harland. I have been retired for quite a few years now, but I still remember the, oh thank God, the weekend. I have quite a ways to go, all right? The week went reasonably well. I had a very nice evening imbibing beverages the other night. And survived the day after. Relatively intact. Alright, these level 140 Del Hunter wolves and everything have the same hit points as the rats? Those are some badass rats they've got in town. Renjarl?
Might I take a moment of your time?
Oh, look, you can take care of yourself. Defeat orcs in Dindal's Overlook. I will accept it. And then set it aside from the tracker for now. Headed the right way. I've discovered Arnach. Do you know? Oh, with a mask over your face. Doesn't look like a ne'er-do-well at all.
Would you do something?
Oh, he's a
for
ranger.
me?
Doesn't acknowledge your arrival. We need to investigate Egalant. Scouts have reported an increasing presence of bandits in the area to make matters worse. Deserters have been captured by these bandits. Release them and send them back home. He idles once again and looks past you, as though you do not exist. Well, I don't know if he's, like, trying to look incognito, but he's got a mask on, which I don't assume most people do around these parts. So I think he's just being a rude asshole.
Hello there.
Hi, Baranor.
Welcome, my friend, to Arnach.
Oh, that's
What brings you hither?
eating Lembas. I hadn't considered that. I think maybe steroids. So, defeat wild beasts and other foes in Arnach. Throughout Los Arnach in the King's Gondor. Okay, we can do this. And I need to talk to Kolnadach. Well, I'm gonna guess he's probably a dwarf. Well, maybe not a dwarf. Doesn't look like a dwarvish name. Looks a bit like dwarvish, but not like one of the dwarvish names. An Eastern? Someone from Harad, perhaps?
Greetings, stranger. You are timely, as I was ready to send word that we had a partial wall collapse here.
Looks like a dwarf, height-wise. Built like a dwarf. Maybe some eastern or southern flavor of dwarf? As you inform her of the bad blocks, it must be a dwarf. Our face grows troubled. Dire news indeed, and I feel the fool for not having noticed if our stock was tainted. I'll check the stones immediately. Talk to Kolnadak near the northern farms. We have... which quest is that? The Path of the Stones. And over here, is that a rat? An annoyingly aggressive Avank. The Avanks are a LotRO invention. A sort of a critter. Similar to sort of a crocodile. Or a reptile shape. A reptile being, but like way chunkier in the middle. Kolnadak, having teleported here.
It is as we feared.
Our stock within has also been seeded with poor quality stone. If I were a betting dwarf, and I am, I would say we might find some answers in Egelant, where a group of bandits has set up camp. Alright, so we've got Egelant, critters, and Egelant. Right. Well, there were critters everywhere a couple of minutes ago, and now they're all vanished. They're scared. They know I'm coming for them. That is an annoyingly aggressive Avank. New deed, Wormslayer of Losarnach. And I've defeated 1 out of 8 foes. Wait. Requires Gundabad Prospector. Yeah, I never got that high in the prospecting or wood chopping. In Gundabad, I didn't do enough of Gundabad to do it. Goliant Brute. I guess this is one of the bandits. Well, that was a nice crit. And... hello. Another brute. I don't actually have any quests for them. Congratulations, sir. The fact that I have no quest for you means you get to live. They're considered foes of Arnach as well. Okay, that's good to know. Well, we're gonna head up here into the camp, defeat 3 more bandits, and then we also have to free capture deserters, archers, and have to defeat archers, sneaks, and free the deserters. to sneak. He resisted? Throw myself a heal. What? It's amazing how many enemies you can defeat just by screaming at them. Let's see, we'll start over here. Try to avoid the captains. They are equivalent of elite mobs. That just means more hit points. And most likely harder hitting, so. Why push our luck if we ain't gotta? I am in your debt. You sure are, buddy. Shoddy stone. Oh. Oh, this is bad. The heal off. What the hell? That thing just poured out the damage. And it didn't help that there were 3 of them attacking me at once. Not a fan. Alright, mount up. Yeah, he was just pegging me for 3,000 to 4,000 every shot. And those were fast shots. But I don't understand really as to why all of a sudden I was attacked by 3. As I don't think that was necessary. What the hell was that? That thing didn't even show up on the goddamn map. Well, I should be used to it, but frankly, that server they've been talking about fixing the server issues for several years now, and frankly, the servers are still pretty shit. Lag spikes and the like. And sometimes the servers will essentially entirely check out. sometimes for 20 or 30 seconds where you can't do anything. You still get chat, so the chat server's still gone. But sometimes it'll freeze or log you out or simply stop working. And they keep talking the talk. I just don't think they've got the personnel anymore to actually fix the broken stuff. If there's 60 people in the whole damn company between both DDO and LotRO, that's not much. We've got a wolf. Oh, that thing's got more hit points than the rest of them. It's just hard to see how an MMO, let alone 2, can be run by a grand total of 60 people. It's giving me an increased appreciation for the amount of work these guys must have to do running an actual MMO on such limited number of people. Bleeds. That was what was killing me. One sec. Okay. These archers put nasty bleeds on. And that was what did a good chunk of the damage anyway. That killed me. Or made me run away. Of course, I didn't die. I'm obviously alive and well. We need 2 more archers, 6 more sneaks. Not a lot of the sneaks around. At least not that I can see, but then they're sneaky. Aha. An awful lot of the captains around, and they have got a boatload of hit points. Sneak coming up on me. Alright, good. Pulled the archer away. Good use of cover by yours truly. Oh, and a turn of good news, it looks like the deserters respawn, so I can click them multiple times and get credit for the same one. Feels like cheating. And I'm okay with that. Is that the last of the deserters? It is. What do we need? 4 more sneaks. Now, the sneaks, unfortunately, appear you have to get actually pretty close to them to activate them, make them show up. We also need to examine more stone, or not? Yeah, we do. 1 more stone, I think. Oh, excellent. Something stunned both of them, I think. I'm not sure what it was. Did they put the stun in there? They did. They put the stun in on the Call of the Second Age. Oh, there's the other rock we need to hit. I've got a captain coming in. I'm not going to be able to get away from him, I don't think. Oh, he stopped where he was. And he's still just standing there. I need 2 more sneaks. And 1 more rock, I think. Oh, again, 3 of them. There's something timed or some sort of something that happens, some kind of event or something that spawns in 3 mobs to attack you. And I have to say that is fucking garbage. Bullshit design. On the positive side, it did bring me a sneak. But those things came running out of nowhere, and that is just awful fucking design. In this sort of tight area, I've seen it before. They've done some really bad design in these sort of packed-in areas where you're fighting lots of mobs and trying to avoid pulling too many. Examine the stone. Still another one? What the fuck? And for a solo player, these sort of areas are not fun in the first place. But to have pathers all over the place and aggroing mobs out of nowhere, it is the opposite of a fun experience. And there they are again. What the fuck? Seriously. Nonsensical frickin' design. Where did the stone go? I'm right on top top of it. That's the stone I already clicked on. Found a crumpled note. That's what I needed. Let's see if we can ride back. All right. Three to turn in. That'll get us a little bit over, I think, halfway done with the trip to level 141. I'm not sure how much questing is done before we actually head off to Umbar. Or at least even start. Alright, here's our first turn in.
You return. Tell me, what did you find? We must find out who
The
is
note that
behind
you found
this.
mentioned someone Garafir, who's moving on Imloth Melui. We must find out who's behind this. Recommend you go to Imloth Melui and speak with the captain of the guard, Marinir. Alright, but first we've got 2 more quests to cash in. Make sure I did grab the stable master.
What can I do for you?
Previously grabbed the stable master. Yay. We'll catch that one in a second. Catch this one in first.
Greetings.
A female ranger? I don't remember there being any female rangers in the lore.
You upheld your side of the bargain. I have done the same.
Asked around Arnak, and well, it seems that a few of the people have heard that Balakor the Scourge survived the fighting in Pelargir. Some folk believe they saw him personally, though from a distance. He supposedly made camp in the south of Arnak, in view of the river. If we're showing the truth of it, I suggest you begin your search there. That's Imloth Melui, and that's the main story. Sure, Imloth Melui it is, I guess. Pardon the yawn. I got a lot of sleep today. Perhaps too much. If you can ever have too much sleep other than, you know, dying. After an evening of drinking, I will normally get about 8 or 9 hours of sleep. But the night after the night of drinking, I usually get 11. And today was no difference. I got 11 and a half. That's a lot of quests, all of a sudden.
Could you spare a moment?
Spare a moment.
You look as though the war has painted a stroke on you.
The war has
taken the heart of my father.
The war has
He
painted a
idles in his
stroke on me?
office, for
What?
little reason to
Like
speak
the
to me.
right half of my face
Could
looks
you
slack?
possibly deliver a message?
Name is Halgur. She wants me to talk to Halgur.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Welcome to Imloth Melui. I am Malinor. Overseeing the transport, we've been getting reports. Looks off in the distance. If you could lend a hand. Defeat wargs at Galdir's Dell. I'll accept that. And remove it for now until I get there.
Mind my words, traveler.
Greetings, traveler. Welcome to Imloth Melui. Files through the paper. Giving showing I'm surveying the land. Collect building materials. Okay. Another stable master. Always get your stable masters. I will once again.
What can I do for you? Hello there.
That took 5 seconds for the server to go, huh? And give me the okay that I had opened it. In the game should need to get rid of that crap. If you're anywhere near the stable master or a waypoint or a flight master or anything like that, just unlock it. Don't make us click the goddamn things. Really, it's a pain and it's dumb. At one and the same time. Deed bestowed. Deed completed. What deed was completed? Not that one. While I'm complaining. If I click on the deed completed, it should bring up the deed that I completed, not some other deed. I'm a traveler of Losarnach. Deed bestowed. I got 5 LotRO points. That is about 1/600th the cost of the expansion. About. Krithon. Stranger, please, if you could spare a moment, shoo badgers away around the river Eriwi. Badger, badger, badger. Mind you, I've never actually seen the badger, badger, badger thing, but I am aware that it exists. Looks like this is actually the way. No, that's not the way. Well, it certainly shows it as being the way. It shows that it being a road there, or a path. Little 2-level effect of the path. But there isn't, unless this is it, but that... Look, it shows there being a path there, right there. But there isn't. Maps in LotRO. Meant to feel right, not to function right. Mariner, captain of the guard.
Yes, I know of him.
Garfir,
In
yes,
fact,
I know of him.
wish his name had come to my attention less lately.
He's an awful brute who has no qualms about trying to swindle the good folk of this town. Try looking for him in the market.
If you are here to help, I ask that you seek out Chief Healer Brunil in the Hall of the Gentle Hand.
Okay, the Hall of the Gentle Hand. Sounds a little bit smutty, but, okay. Garfir sees you and makes a run for it. Dude, I'm on a horse. Seriously? Did you think this was going to work? He's collapsed. Oh, there's 2 of him. No, there's 1 of him. Okay. His waveform collapsed. There were two of them, but now there's just one. Physics joke.
Okay, all right, I'll talk. Oh, my aching side.
Why are there so many steps? This blasted city is too hilly. Wait, I said I'll talk. You're wasting your time with me anyhow. I'm just the middleman. You really want Maingar. He paid me to organize the shipment of his stone to Arnach and Harland. He's at his warehouse in the western part of the city, but you best leave him be. You won't go down without a fight. He has plenty of protection. Now leave me be. I was just doing my job. Ah, just doing my job. Yes, following orders. That has a long history of being used as a successful defense. What do we have? We have Gondor's Garden. And the encrypted note. The Hall of the Gentle Hand. Where are we going in here? No idea. Oh, I am getting significant lag. Alright, this does not appear to be the way. I love running around blindly. Not that way, nor that way. All right. There they are.
I heard you were quite instrumental in assisting with the defense against the enemy.
Yes, I was. Encrypted note. Talk to Atheron. Where are they? He's in the potions wing here in the hall. All right. Wouldn't want to put that on your map, would you? No, of course not. There they are.
You say you may have a clue to the whereabouts of Rendis. We'll give it here.
This is written by Rendis, but I'm not sure it helps much. 'Tis merely a list of items he planned to purchase from the market. See here, he planned to speak with Theron and Brennian, and why don't you seek them out and see what he wanted? I guess that's not the way out. Sadly, not that unusual. A lot of the questing, it seems like, for the last few years has consisted of a lot of running around. course, that's always been the case with LotRO. I know originally one of the reasons was to give things an epic feel. So, you know, you would go from Rivendell to this small little elven outpost. I can't remember the name of it. Later in the epic books, it was just really, really an awful lot of riding back and forth. Alright, which quest is this? Gondor's Garden. This must be his warehouse? Storehouse. Warehouse brutes. And warehouse archers. Well, presumably this guy's going to come with this guy. Oh, this one too? Sure, why not? Heal man, got a deep wound again. Love having a bunch of dots. Well, we'll take care of him. Nothing obvious over there. Accounts book. Found a journal full of incriminating accounts. Oh, it's awful nice of him to just leave that stuff laying around. Oh. Close. I'm a fan of being ambushed by multiple mobs at once. In fact, it fucking sucks. Especially now that I no longer get the benefit of stuns. And also that the mobs in instanced spaces now evidently fucking reboot or respawn. When the fuck did that happen? That's complete and utter horse shit. Oh, I'm under the ground. I'm locked in under the ground. I'm screwed. I can't get out. I'm going to have to teleport out. Oh, that's really impressive. I've never seen that happen before. Wow. God, their server tech is just absolutely struggling to simply function. What did I not get out of that? It didn't get credit for picking up the account book. What a fucking terrible design! Seriously, what are they doing here? Wow. God. I understand they're a small team now, but good God. About 60% through to level 141. That is a lot of steps.
Randy's? Why, I haven't seen her in weeks.
A fortnight at least. Say, can I interest you in a bag? How about a sack? I'm trying to cut down on my bags and sacks.
Aye, she came by. Haven't seen her for some time, though.
She bought seeds and quite a few sacks of grain. I've got one over here. Mariner, captain of the guard.
So, Maingar was behind the shoddy stone. That does not surprise me.
Are you busy with Maingar? A dwarf named Kolnadak came around looking for you. You'll find her just over there. Just over there. Presumably inside, okay? Couple players here, me and Zacharon Stoneheart.
Dingasi sent me to check on things up here. But it seems like you have already handled the situation.
And the journal explained Mengar's involvement and demise. Flips through the pages, shaking her head. Handled it, you certainly have. My. Thank you for your continued help. Back out we go. Hey, Major Kicks. On a scale of 1 to 10, how angry am I? It depends on the moment. I get irked really easily. Genuine anger is a bit harder to come by. Well, if you're lurking on the road goes ever on and on, as Tolkien himself described. What is that? Okay. The eyes are going, the mind is going, basically everything is going. I'm just shaking my fist at clouds again. As is my wont. For instance, I wouldn't say I'm angry about the state of Lord of the Rings Online, because it's a very small team and I think they're doing good work. But I'm irked that the servers continue to struggle. And despite promised literal years of we're working on it, it's still not fixed. The fact that it is such a small team now, 60 people for 2 MMOs seems like a really small number to me. For DDO and LotRO combined to have 60 people. And that's just part and parcel of what the hell's going wrong with the gaming industry these days. I have to return to Atheron. Which one was Atheron? Ah, I remembered correctly. Yay me.
You return. Tell me what you've discovered. Is Rendis found?
No, Rendis is not found.
I know for sure there were no parties or gatherings around the time she vanished, as we were preparing for potential invasion.
My reputation has changed. Presumably in, like, the King's Gondor, the renewal of Gondor, I'm assuming. I'm an acquaintance with now. I am known to the renewal of Gondor. Title awarded, Glabo Smackbody, known to the renewal of Gondor. And 5 more points, 5 more LotRO points. Bags full of books, seeds, and a cart of food. I know for sure there are no parties or gatherings around the time she vanished, as we were preparing for potential invasion. Just a moment, the merchant said she headed off west. Could she have... there's a cave in that direction. I will search for caves. Oh, we've got another quest. Searching for caves isn't enough.
Since you will be out in the forest, might I impose
Collect
upon you another task as
Thwingil
well?
and Lethalin. Sure. While I'm out searching for your friend in a matter of life and death, I'll be glad to pick some nuts, fruits, and berries for you. Actually, I won't be happy to, but I will do it. Because why not? It's the way out. Eventually. Yes, I did just run a lap. No, wrong way. This way. And then left. Alright, so this must be the cave and the places where I'm supposed to be picking stuff up. What's the purple? Badgers. A badger of honor. It's like a joke, you see? Ish. Don't suppose there's any way out of this town here. No, don't think so. Pardon the yawn again. Moria was the last time you played the game. Well, that was, I think a lot of people would say was the high point of the game, and I would find it difficult to disagree with that. Still, to my mind, the best expansion any MMO has ever had. I can't get out that way, because they've got it gated. And that would have been levels 50 to 60. The current level cap is 150, so you've missed out on a little bit of content. Just a little. If I can remember, I will make sure to show you Minas Tirith before I call it an evening, as that is the finest piece of in-game architecture in any MMO, period. It is a masterpiece of architectural game design. It looks the way Minas Tirith should look. It functions. It's just freaking great. And before they did that, they did a great job on Helm's Deep in Rohan. But they've had a lot of missteps over the years. They continue to produce reasonably good content to quite good content, depending on, you know, which bit and when. Oh my god, I was just here. I went out of this town. I would try to use the map to get out of this town, but the map is freaking awful. I mean, none of these places were ever in any danger of getting conquered. The orcs would get lost in them and they'd starve to death. Stuff to do over here. Let's do the stuff over here first, because it's right over here. That's a badger. I'm supposed to what? Shoo badgers around the river. Arrowy away. I'm not in the area for that yet. That's over there. So these badgers get to live. Nope, over here. Back to Arnach. Building supplies. I have collected one of 8. There's Halgur.
Leave me be, Wanderer. I have no words for you.
Okay, I have 2 words for you. The words are bite and me. Building supplies. Fast travel goats falling and killing you. I know that there were some problems with them, certainly. Some of the fast travel goats. I don't specifically remember them falling and killing you, but sadly, I do not find that not credible. I just may not remember it. And the grind you had to get to earn your own goat was appallingly long. Doing the rep for the... There were 2 reps in Moria. And man, that was a lot of running around. And I know historically a lot of people really got tired over time of the sort of constrained and closed-in nature of Moria itself. What I've found over the years is, having gone back to it countless times, probably 24 times, I like the first big batch of it, about, say, 6 or 7 levels, is really good, and after that, the questing gets difficult and less fun. Got a lot of ruined supplies. Oh. Broken materials. They've all been destroyed. This building has collapsed. Gee, thanks. I hadn't noticed. Algor?
What business do you have rummaging through my belongings? I said leave at once!
Reminding him of the sorry state of his homestead had seemingly reopened a wound or memory he would rather forget. Well, maybe you shouldn't have been an asshole to me, sir. You act like a jerk to people, people are going to act like a jerk back. Okay, this is the power to rebuild. I need 2 more materials. Why would there be materials all the way out here? Maybe down below? Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, there's one. And there's 2. Uno. And Zwei. Now, regardless of the state of the game and the size of the studio, I feel that the Lord of the Rings Online team over the years has done a remarkably good job of staying true to the franchise, making a good faith effort always to be respectful of the IP. Invasive badger. Aren't they all pretty invasive? I'm shooing badgers. I don't have extensive experience with actual badgers. I don't think shooing them is likely to be all that effective. Across the river we go. Well, it's a nice sunny day. At least I'll dry out relatively quickly. Hello, invasive badger. Please move along. You too, invasive badger. And we have a lynx. And a Corsair sniper. Ooh, Corsairs. You think we're in an expansion about Umbar. Oh, one more invasive badger. It's swimming. I have addressed the invasive badger issue. And now I have to collect Fwingil, Lethalin, and find the cave that presumably has whatever her name is again. Big bears. And corsairs. New deed, stragglers and new threats in Upper Lebanon. I have discovered Lingir. Lothalin. I need to collect 10 of these. We have a corpse over there. That would be free money. But I'd have to fight my way through mobs to get to the free money, which makes the money less free. If you have to fight for it, is it really free? Survey says, not really. That's a big bear. Another big bear. No shortage of bears. There's a lynx. I have a sneeze coming. I can feel it lurking inside my sinuses. And I have freed the sneeze. And spared you having to hear me sneeze in your ear. Little bear cub. Another lynx. What happened to all the things I'm supposed to be picking? They all vanished. I don't think I can get past that bear without upsetting him. Fortunately, I'll just scream at him and he'll die. Corsair Raider and a lynx. Why isn't the lynx attacking the Corsair Raider? He's every bit as good of something to attack as I would be. I have some of the Lethalin. They want me to gather 6. I can see a couple more. Okay. I think that lynx is probably going to object to me being in his territory, so... How can he resist my song? My music is so persuasive. And the last of the Lothalin I need, but then I also need 6 Fwingil, and we haven't seen those anywhere yet. Also, there's supposed to be a cave around here somewhere. Perhaps the Fwingil is in the cave. I have found the cave. I found a cave mouth. Scrollman's Cave. And I was correct. And we've got spooters. Ain't no arachnophobia mode in this game. Fwingil. Cleave Recluse. I don't think this is a particularly good sign for the person that we're looking for. That they must not be... oh, I don't know. Alive. Since this is a cave filled with freaking spiders. Bigger than a horse. I just don't think that's a particularly good sign for the person we're looking for. Call me crazy. And I'm also not nuts about the fact that they gave me a significant nerf to this class by taking away a stun from one of our standard attacks, thereby significantly messing with us. Oh, the Queen. Yeah, that's not awesome. I'm not happy with that. I must express my lack of enthusiasm with that. Well, I'm looking for Rendis, but I don't think her odds are very good. Alright, that's all the Fwingil we need. Now we just need to find Rendis. If she's in here. That was 2 spiders that I took care of in incredible speed because I am a hero. I may not be tall. Okay, I'm not tall. Oh, she's not dead. Whole shitload of books. Hi, Rendis.
Who are you?
I explained that Bruni and Atheron have sent you to find her. Bruni and Atheron? They yet live? Oh, what a happy day this is. On that topic, what day is this exactly? Her mouth drops open with shock as you tell her the date. How many days, how many weeks past have she's been, hiding in here away from the everything? Books. This slim, unassuming book is entitled Poisonous Plants of Pelennor and Beyond. Cover of this book reads To Break and Bind. It seems to be about setting bones and how to make splints. The binding of this ancient book is cracked and warped with age. Its title's been worn away and lost with time, but its pages are full of drawings displaying organs and other things that are possibly better left inside one's body. Generally speaking, I prefer my organs stay inside my body. Well, not all of my organs, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about my penis. The binding of this slim book shows signs of heavy use, and its pages are dog-eared and creased. The title is Midnight in the Garden, and its contents are enough to make one's cheeks redden. Oh my! This is Gondorian Herbology, a book on the remedies made from plants and herbs found across Gondor. Now, I doubt it'd be enough to make Glabo's cheeks redden. Glabo is quite the romantic. This appears to be a compendium of various ancient texts and presents an overview of medicine as it was practiced in ages long past. Read a suggestion for applying spoiled sheep's milk mixed with weak old fish guts directly to a wound. That sounds like exactly the kind of medicine I want to practice. Regarding Glabo and his romantic inclinations, I will give you his biography. Glabo was just another hobbit face in the short crowd, until he fell in love. Motivated by his ardor for a young barmaid, he honed his musical skills in hope of wooing her. Alas, she only had eyes for a clod of a gardener, who himself had an unwholesome preoccupation with his employer, the nephew of a well-known local ne'er-do-well. Heartbroken, young Glabo joined his equally disenchanted cousin Spongo and set out seeking fame, glory, and fortune so that he could one day smugly return and rub the barmaid's nose in what a hot property she'd missed out on. This is Glabo Smackbody. Let's see, search. Okay, we've got all these talk tos. I'm going to actually go back to where my homestone currently is. Not the house. Where is it? Not Esteladlan. Harland. Yeah, Harland. I should have updated, but that's fine. We can fast travel. Glabo here is one of my 3 cousins, hobbit cousins. Spongo Smallberries, Glabo Smackbody, and Zonko Shortwood is the 3rd. Alright, no quests here. We've got 2 to turn in there. So we go back to Imloth Melui.
What can I do for you?
Arnach, Imloth Melui. 129 silver, that's 1/8 of a gold. I hit fast travel. How about you make it fast travel, guys? Come on. That's not particularly fast. It's faster than, going the whole other way. Oop, let's dismount. Emerald.
How can I be of
Takes
service?
full account of the materials you've delivered. Many thanks, traveler. This should account for the missing materials from my ledger. You may go on your way. Oh, I may. Thank you. Do I have any XP scrolls? Should have glommed some of those. I will use accelerated XP. No other use for the destiny. Sadrian.
I must apologize. I knew he would be reluctant to speak to you. I had hoped that your experience in the war
Investigate
would stir his
Melnith's
fervor.
retreat.
His will to continue on with meaning was lost, along with my mother.
We've got 2 things to turn in here. That one is Badger of Honor. Seriously, Badger of Honor. That's like a WoW quest name.
Greetings.
Seems the badgers have been driven off for now. They'll eventually return, I'm afraid. Could you please deliver a message to Arlach in Arnach? Arlach in Arnach. He is the one who specifically posted this request. I will talk to Arlach in Arnach. But right now we've got the missing librarian, all the way in the far freaking end, of course. Turn over the river and through the woods. To grandmother's house we go. Hall of the Gentle Hand. Here. Give this guy all the stuff we picked up.
These are quite good. They will make fine ingredients for our potions.
I'm tickled. Pink. And you return. What news of Rendis?
What news of Rendis?
Let her know the librarian is safe and on her way back. Holed away in a cave and lost track of the time, that fool of a girl was always getting lost in a book. Well, I'm equal parts annoyed and relieved. Suppose the best possible outcome we could have hoped for. You have my thanks. We are about 80% done with level 141. A deed completed. Title awarded. Glabo Smackbody Aid to Los Arnak. Another deed bestowed. The next flavor. This is going to be 10 LotRO points, I think. No, just 5. So far, I think tonight I've earned 15. That is 1/200th of what the expansion cost me. That wasn't really a complaint. No, my only complaint was the amount of time after they released the expansion before it became available for LotRO points. That seemed excessive to me. I think it was dropped in October, maybe September. And so most people who were going to buy it were going to buy it by Christmas. But they waited until yesterday, I think, before it became available for LotRO points. And I bought the expansion. The expansion, I bought the new class, which I have not had a chance to try out yet. The Swashbuckler. Sorry, the Mariner. And also bought a little more shared storage, because clearing out the inventory on this character took me hours, because some of it was useful and some of it was not, and I had to figure out which was which, having not really seriously played the game in quite a bit of time. That's the Badger of Honor. That's that. Alright, Badger of Honor next, so we go to Arnak. As a lifetime subscriber, I get 500 LotRO points per month.
Hello there.
Now, I played the game in beta, and I created a hobbit, and I spent several hours, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, running around the Shire, delivering the mail and picking up pies, and going, what the fuck is this? Pies? Delivering the mail? This is boring. Now, had I started a character as a dwarf or a human or an elf, I'd have gotten more standard MMO fare. As it was, I didn't buy the game on launch. I bought it a couple months later, played it a little bit, and went, oh, this is really good. Bought the lifetime subscription. But that means that I don't get the anniversary presents. I just got the 16th anniversary present, and they just hit the 17th anniversary. Because I didn't buy it at launch or close enough after. I have about 6,000 hours in the game, at least. Arlach.
What do you need?
And Arnach. Oh, did Crithin send you? That man gets on my nerves. I posted about the badger problem a long time ago. I suppose he did follow through with it after all. Well, the problem's more urgent. I would prefer not to involve Crith on him. He's got another quest for me.
Might I take
Defeat
a moment of your
Lingar
time?
trappers, hunters, and Lingar queen. Spiders. Those are the spiders. I will accept it and probably immediately drop it because it's the quest area I was just in. It is. I'm not going back to kill out those spiders. Yeah, I guess we have to ride. We ride and we ride to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking. Fritter and waste the hours in an offhand way. Musical reference. A Taustrock Lingerer. An orc. We need this way. And that's an example of a quest. The kind of quest thing that irritates the hell out of me. If you're going to give me multiple quests in the same place, have the quests be assigned in roughly one location. I killed a bunch of those spiders, and now I get a quest to kill spiders. Thanks. That's very, very old school, where it would be, hey, go into this dungeon and kill this and this. Oh, you're back? Okay, great work. Hey, go back into that same dungeon and kill this other thing and the other thing. Oh, congratulations, you finished that? Hey, go back in there one more time and kill these guys and those guys. It's like, fuck. Classic old school questing design, and not in a good way. Who's over here? Investigate Melnith's retreat. More orcs, huh? Alright. Well. I've defeated an orc. Badgers, 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 badgers. Oh. Got a wolf. Start nothing, Badger boy. Nathamal the Den Mother. The wolf mother seems to have been injured and cannot fend for herself. The wolf cub seems to be in high spirits, unaware of its mother's condition. Talk to Halgur. Halgur needs to know about this place. Where's Halgur? Those are orcs. Where's Halgor? What? Of course he's back there. Sadly, as the game has gone on for the last many years, you get more and more of this back and forth questing, where you have to go some relatively large distance, do something, and then go back that same large distance. Alright, that's 2 dead orcs. Dead orcs, dead orcs, dead orcs, dead orcs, dead orcs. So more and more the sort of back and forth questing, and it always feels like all they're doing is padding when they're doing that. Whether that's the intent or not, that's the way it feels. Oh, wolf. A woof. Gotta avoid a woof. We do have a couple other gaming things coming up. Let's see if I can remember what they were. I think on the 16th we get the Pandaria reboot in WoW, which actually seems like it'll be fun to me, and I'll probably be resubscribing for that. Next week on the, I think the 8th, we get V Rising launch, and I'll probably be playing that too.
Have I not suffered enough? Must you trouble me so?
Beckon
My wife
Halgor.
is lost to me. There is nothing left for me in this world.
I beckoned him. I beckoned him twice. I've beckoned
I give
him
up.
thrice.
You clearly will not relent. If it will please you and hasten an end to your badgering, I will go
Badgers.
to the place you describe. At least, let me prepare my things.
To meet you at Melnith's retreat. Alright, warm rose petals. And what are we doing? We're riding right back where we just came from. Ride a distance to the northeast. See the wolf mother and her cub. Ride back, talk to him. Badger him 3 times. Ride back to the wolf mother and her cub. Pup. Pup, I guess. Which one is that? That's that one. Oh. Badger? A stinging bee. That's right. A bee with 36,000 hit points. It's like a bee the size of a 747. Halgor.
My beloved Melneath. So kind, so gentle. It is no wonder she spent many a twilight away tending to this area. Narthamel. That is the name Melneath gave to this wolf mother. I've been a fool.
Yes, you have.
I let the loss of Melneath blind me to the woes of those left behind.
Yes, you have.
The war had taken so much from so many. But
well, safe is always relative, but congratulations on making it home relatively intact. Safe,
I see now
time will tell.
Melneath left behind. The beauty left in the world and in the palm of my hand. I know what I must do now. Thank you, traveler.
All right, well, I talked to Helger and talked to Sadrian. And they're back there. Of course they are. Did they ever finish the story? Which story? You mean Lord of the Rings? Oh yeah, we've gone through Mordor. There was an entire expansion for Mordor. Another one took us into Minas Morgul. We're now riding around in the King's Gondor, as it's called. You know, Gondor after the Return of the King. It depends. Parts of it are good. Some parts have seemed less so. I really liked Minas Morgul and the story they told there. Mordor didn't grab me that much. But I thought Minas Morgul was really, really well done. And visually very well done. Not as well done as Minas Tirith. Minas Tirith is just a freaking masterpiece. They completely redid legendary weapons, if you remember those from Moria. And now it's a lot easier. Now you don't have to try and get lucky with a legendary. You can basically construct it with the affixes you want, which is a big improvement. It's been hit and miss. Development, as you would expect realistically, when you realize that Moria took you up to level 60, and now they're up to level 150.
Thank you so much for
and the latest expansion is the Corsairs of Umbar.
My father has a renewed sense of spirit and vigor. He has found purpose once again. Even I
had
heard
no Cousin talking about he
tended
played
to a
2
wolf
more
mother.
expansions after Moria.
But
Well,
now we both
the
have
first one
renewed
after that
purpose.
would have been
We shall both endeavor to
Mirkwood.
maintain the beauty of this
Mirkwood was
land
pretty
together.
good. Mirkwood was the last time I had a character of every class at the cap, and that was level 65. After that came, I think, the Great River, and eventually into Rohan. Rohan was probably twice as long as it should have been. They should have spent more time in Gondor, but they spent a lot of time in Rohan. They brought in mounted combat, which the engine simply couldn't support. And so I think it's as good as they could make it, but it's not great. I'm about 90% done with this level. Do we have anything else in here? It does not look like it. We have orc killing and the main storyline, for which I have to go a good distance south. I'll make it a little bit faster here. If you remember right, he said you could no longer get 6 enhancements or something like that on legendary weapons. Well, now legendary weapons are a lot better. I don't know if you can see or not, but these are all of the things on my one-handed sword. So it's got an additional parry chance, tactical damage rating. It has 600 will, 500 vit, 3000 tactical mastery, and that's from one of the affixes, of which there are 15, I think. So the legendary stuff is now much more important than it used to be, but because you can tune it individually to the things you want, it's also much more satisfying. You don't have to try and get lucky with your affixes. You used to have to get lucky and get good affixes. You don't anymore. You now get to basically build it yourself. Which is a huge improvement. The system, however, you would be well served by having someone walk you through it the first time, because it is quite complicated and at first and doesn't feel obvious, but it is a solid game design system. Yeah, if you got good sats on them previously, they were very, very valuable because it was random. Now it's not random. Now you get to build it the way you want. You know, if you're a healer and you like certain skills more than other skills, then you build it out to buff those skills in particular. If you're a DPSer, again, you're picking the skills that matter most to you. You're adding in things like, for a minstrel, a DPS minstrel, things like, you know, tactical rating and crit rating, that sort of stuff. Cooldown reduction on skills, all those kinds of things. And I need to find this guy way out in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure it'll be fine. So it was a massive rework of the legendary stuff, but overall an improvement. I need to AFK for just a second, close the windows. It's starting to get a little bit cooler outside. Have the window open, get a little fresh air because it was a beautiful day here today. I think the high was 76, which is 24.5 for those of you who are Celsians. My cousin regretting he should have bought the lifetime thing too, because it was like, man, it would have paid for itself. Yes, yeah. And that's why it's so easy for me to come back to this game. Is because, you know, if I'm missing any content, well, in the time I haven't played, I have almost certainly got enough currency to buy it. So I think it has been a bit of a drag on the company, who, unless they invested that $200 or $300 and had it growing with interest all this time, has lost out on what has turned into a bad deal for them and a good deal for the players who bought the lifetime sub. My God, that thing hit me with a deep wound. The bleed is gonna bump off half of my damn life. Wasn't only limited for the first couple of months. No, I don't think so. For instance, I know that one of the other ones that I have a lifetime for, Star Trek Online, they offer them from time to time still. Yeah, I don't know. I think at least for a decent length of time, it was continued to be available. I do not believe they offer it any longer, unlike Star Trek Online, which does it sometimes. I have discovered the Arui Delta. Deadly Delta Avant. Discover the area. I already discovered it. Yeah, I can't remember for sure. My memory is that it was longer, but I understand that my memory is not as reliable as it used to be. But I have purchased 3 lifetime subs. This one has paid for itself multiple times over. The Star Trek Online one has been used immensely, and even the Champions Online one I do not regret. Legolas, Gimli. I found the burnt timbers of an old campfire near the shoreline. Abandoned campfire, yes it is. A bag of dirty clothes. Ew. Clothes inside the bag are of the style favored by Corsairs. Huh. We have some boat wreckage. No longer seaworthy, this boat served its former occupant well enough. Well, they didn't drown, so yeah, I guess. Defeat Avank. Oh, well, we have an Avank here. I'm going to go ahead and air him out. Like that. Yeah, I murdered him. Hi, Gimli.
This campsite might have belonged to anyone.
I need to remind you that we saw him die aboard the Night Jewel. He could not escape from the dead, and did not. It beggars belief.
Gimli is right. This camp might have been made by anyone.
Balakar did not leave the deck of the Night Jewel alive, but this too can be true. It may not matter. Yeah, if everyone believes he's alive.
Balakor need not have survived to inspire those who believe
Exactly.
in his purpose.
Well said. Well, let's see. So, I will be getting this light armor when I finish a quest, and it has almost double the armor, 30 more will, almost double the vit, more than double the tactical mastery rating, and physical mitigation in lieu of critical rating. Talk to Baranor in the center of Arnach. Back we go to Arnach, it seems. That wasn't a Delta Avank. Alright, I have to ride. I've got to ride. Ride. Woof. Ooh. I will not make any more doggy noises in case any of you have a doggy in the neighborhood that might react. For the same reason, I never like using my Amazon voice-activated device by name without muting the microphone briefly to say her name. Because there are some streamers who think it's funny to make people's Amazon voice-activated device do something that's not frickin' funny. Roughly the first 2 years it was available, a lifetime sub? Okay. I mean, for me, your cousin was entirely correct. It has been an enormous money and time saver. I mean, even after spending the equivalent of about $30 for the expansion and $10 for the new class and $7 for another 10 slots of shared inventory, I still have, I'm going to guess, like 10,000 unauthorized. I'm not authorized to look at my own stuff, evidently. We'll try again. Opening the LotRO store. Too many requests. Slow down. Yes, I tried to open it once, and that was apparently too many. There we go. I have, 10,000. 9,953. I get 500 a month. So that's 2.5 years worth. All right. Baranor.
What have you discovered? Did Balachor survive the war?
I recount what we discovered, what Legolas had to say. An impostor would cause trouble for King Elessar. Travel to the crossing of Erwi, southwest of Arnak in King's Gondor. And once again, we're writing. We get to do a lot of writing. Certainly, I don't know of any games that have offered, any new MMOs that have offered lifetime subs in quite a while. The last one I can remember doing it was Secret World, and that was 2012. Star Trek Online does continue to offer it from time to time, which is a little surprising. On the other hand, they mostly make their money from ship sales and, I guess, key sales for the lockboxes. And so the more people they have playing, the more likely they are to produce more whales, to buy more ships. Because, well, it's all about Space Barbie in Star Trek Online. Yep. Most likely that when they need a little quick cash, they offer it up again. But still, yeah, the real money they're going to make, is from whales buying cool-looking ships. The woman glacial floats offerings on the river Erwi.
These are the crossings of Erwi, where Castamir the Usurper perished long ago.
During the kinstrife of Gondor. And so I and other good people of Lebanon float baskets on the river in memory of the 5 sisters who protected this land in days gone by. The 5 sisters have always protected us, though we do not always remember it. The Lone Lady, Silver Froth, True Tongue, Roaming Star, and Grey Eye. River maidens they were, caring and understanding, but one was changed by an evil in the waters. Armor of the Usurper. Castamir the Usurper perished here long ago, but his rage remained.
The blood spilt in these waters during the kinstrife changed the Lady of Erwi.
She became estranged from her sisters and turned her anger upon folk who dwelt nearby. So I float these baskets upon her waters as tokens both of forgiveness and love, and hope she takes notes of them.
It is a good story so far as it goes. A little unbelievable, I think.
Well, you're short, so I would say you're a little unbelievable. If you were taller, you'd be a big unbelievable. Legolas.
You say Angbor directed that the armor of the Usurper be sent to Pelagia for safekeeping?
That was a wise decision, for Castamir's armor has already proven unable to remain lost. Better to keep it under the watchful eye of Birgon, Lord of Lebanon. Elessar also wanted us to help the people. Will you see the Glacial safely back to her home? Sure, I guess I will. I gotta.
If you wish to be of use, you can oppose the dangers to be found between here
Defeat
and
the foes on the way to Halach in King's Gondor. Defeat foes on the way to Halach. Oh, that's like everywhere. Which foes? I'll mount up and I'll find some foes. And I'll air them out. It's a lynx. Is a lynx a foe? I'm guessing probably not. But we can test that out easily enough. It is a foe. Okay, well then presumably this great big honking bear will also be a foe. That's 2. Oh look, another great big honking bear. That's 3. I won't kill the cub. That would be mean to kill the cub, even if it would count. And I'm many things. Okay, mean is one of them, pretty frequently. On the way to Halach. Is Halach? It's not Halach, but it doesn't matter. That is another lynx. Doom ba doom doom. Two more. That's Tamladen. Ah, that's Halak. Okay. Then we'll head this way towards Halak. Come on, just 2 more critters, dudes, doesn't matter. Ah, Corsair Raider. That would definitely qualify. One more. Come on. Anyone will do. Well, earlier you couldn't walk 5 feet without being surrounded by red dots. Ah, here we go. We got another bear. And that's 6 out of 6. I'm quite the hero. Stable Master, as always, make sure
Greetings, friend.
to click the Stable Masters. But some people get angry when you click on them, and they're the unstable masters. There's Glacial.
You helped make the lands
Dr.
between
Breglang
and
in
Halak more
Halak.
safe.
There's Breglang.
Mercy upon me for listening, stranger. But I understand you're here on the king's business.
I am. Retrieve fishing nets and collect building supplies. Yeah, I'm definitely the hero. Crate of supplies. Another quest here.
We must strive to
The
defend
Boar
our newly
Wallow
gained
near Halak.
peace.
Yep, I'm the hero. I gotta check on the Boar Wallow. Fishing net. Retrieve today's catch from fishing nets. Another fishing net over there. Two fishing nets. Ah. 3. And 4. Alright, there's another quest over there. We'll grab that. Two quests.
The shadow of war is now
Deliver
behind
water
us, and
skins to thirsty
Gondor
laborers.
rejoices. Welcome
And
to King's Gondor,
pick up a heavy
friend.
crate from the pile. Oh. Do I get to carry this someplace? I do. Where do I get to carry this? Deliver the crate to Irodon. I'm running, Jenny. Some of these MMOs are like, dang, the graphics. How did you play this back in the day? I will say that LotRO, the character models are dated for sure. But the architectural stuff is still absolutely freaking first rate. Too busy. Where's the person I'm bringing stuff to? God. Is that them? No. Fuck. Irodon, there.
Days of peace have come at last to Gondor.
Deliver water. I certainly agree that still better than the classic RuneScape. Don't even know people played that. Yeah, not too long ago, I did a play on RuneScape for, I don't know, maybe a week. But I did it on New School. The old school, yeah, I don't get it. Other than, if it's the first game you ever played, and it still has a big, nostalgic pull, I totally understand that. If it's your first one and you're still young and playing it, I get that. But if you are an adult who's played a lot of MMOs, I could see playing the new school RuneScape. I really don't see the charm of an adult who's never played it in the past and has experienced other more modern games getting into old school RuneScape. Back out onto the dock, yeah. The new school RuneScape, as I call it. I don't think anyone else calls it. Well, I'm sure there are others, but that's what I called it. I can understand the sort of old school attraction to it, but on the actual old school RuneScape, that one I got to
Gondor, friend.
agree. I don't grok either.
Gondor has a king again.
Ding, level 141. Now what that means is I can now upgrade my legendary items, and I will do that tomorrow. But for right now, I'm going to ride, not that way, to Minas Tirith. If you're on the computer where you can actually see stuff, Major Kicks, I would like to show you real quickly
How can I be of
Minas
service?
Tirith. King's Gondor doesn't look like they'll take you directly to Minas Tirith. That's disappointing. The Harlond, I guess. And actually, Minas Tirith exists in, I think, 4 different forms. Minas Tirith before the battle, Minas Tirith during the battle, Minas Tirith right after the battle, and then Minas Tirith, the Midsummer Festival for Aragorn's wedding.
Hello there.
Minas Tirith after the battle. So we'll ride back a little bit. Here's the gates where that had been opened by Grond. There's Osgiliath. And there you can see the Tower of Icthelion. The walls, the various siege engines and stuff of Mordor. Halloween Festival for the Skelepainted Horse. Ha! Believe me, myself and my guildies spent so much time trying to get the Skelepony. I got it on one character, and I got the red Skelepony as an unlock reward that they gave away. So here's the first circle of Minas Tirith. And I'll give you an idea. I'll ride up to the second circle and then catch fast travel up to the top. So this is Minas Tirith after the battle. And all of the circles are there. All the tiers. And in the Midsummer Festival, the wedding, Aragorn's wedding iteration of Minas Tirith, the whole thing is filled with people. All right, and here's the ramp up to the second level. Remember telling him about it in the festival. He's like, oh, I already got it. Is it that rare? Yes, come over here and let me... I will show you how rare it is by beating you into unconsciousness. Yeah, I got it on one character. I was running it on a bunch of my characters, and I got it on one. Where is the freaking... Oh my god. Seriously? I guess so. I'm going to head back down, and I'm going to instead go to after the battle. And we'll go straight up to the top. In after the battle, they don't necessarily have all the stables available on all the tiers. They do in, I think, all of the other stages before the battle. And the during the battle is done as an instanced thing, using the so-called and very misnamed epic battle system that they implemented in Rohan. That was a game system that was almost universally loathed. They stopped doing the skirmishes. Threshold of the city. Before. That's after, I think. At some point you have to go back and watch someone do a full run-through of the main story quest. Oh, that's going to be a very long run for sure. Threshold of the city. This is right after the battle, I think. Yeah, there's Grond, the Hammer of the Underworld. So, can I go from the after the battle to Midsummer? Norian after the battle. There's the Midsummer. That's the one. I mean, you don't want to play through the few hundred hours it would take you to run through it yourself. And here we go. Minas Tirith. The wedding of Aragorn, Elessar, and Arwen.
These are troublesome times indeed.
Take me up to the high stables. Which is the level right below the Citadel, if memory serves. It's chugging tonight. Because you don't remember, you log in and you assume a lot of the things are locked behind paywalls. They certainly are. However, I will note that a couple of times in the last few years, once right at the beginning of the COVID lockdown, they basically unlocked everything except the latest expansion. And they did that again another, I don't know, maybe 2 years after that. Which was, I think, both smart, but also an extremely generous thing to do. Because that was a lot of content. And there was a code, you entered the code, and it unlocked everything but the latest expansion. So here is the top level, the Citadel level. There is the sapling of the white tree. And out here. Well, and I would also say that, you know, you played in Moria. The sheer amount of content to get stuff that sounds fun and interesting that you'd have to go through, say, to get to the siege of Minas Tirith, it would be just so, you know, such an enormous amount of stuff. I can't, in good conscience, say, yeah, you should do it. You'd love the whole thing. No, it would be a very drawn-out process. So here we are at the very top, and it is really chugging, and normally it doesn't. Not this bad anyway. But you can actually see the city from up here, and this is all in engine. And and it's one continual space, and it's all just executed really, really well. The Tower of Ecthelion, the various kings and stewards all have statues. God, it is chugging. Normally, I don't have any real performance issues in Minas Tirith. Maybe it's because I'm streaming at the same time, but I don't think so. I think it's just, wow, it's just chugging. Big time. And the big thing, remember, was where bands would travel around and play music. Yeah, that still happens, especially on this server. We're on Landraval, which is supposedly the RP, the role-playing server. And there's almost always at least one band playing in front of the Prancing Pony. Often there'll be 4 or 5 bands. Well, there'll be one will play and then the next will play, and they basically will do circles. There was a regular around here in my stream for a while. Lars, we miss you. Who'd never read the books and never watched the movies, but he saw me playing the game and he started playing. And it really just absolutely killed him the first time. During one of the festivals, there's a hedge maze. And when you exited the hedge maze, someone had set up a band of 5 dwarves playing Never Gonna Give You Up. So basically, they were rickrolling people as they came out of the hedge maze. So here's the throne and Aragorn, King Elessar. And wow, it's just in absolute chug city right now. But this is the throne room. So certainly the models are dated in LotRO. We'll zoom in here on Elessar and you can see it's not terrible, but it's definitely showing its age, right? But the architectural stuff, still first rate. I'm going to go ahead and return to the Harland. No, I'm not. I need to go to Rivendell, actually. And upgrade my legendary weapon. I don't think you can do it. Maybe you can do it here in Minas Tirith? I'm not sure. I will check. So that is my plan for tomorrow. I am going to call it an evening here. We did manage to get a level, and that opens up the next tier of legendary weapons to us. So we'll be upgrading our legendaries. I don't know if you saw it. I will show you again what the legendaries look like now. By showing you my one-hand sword. As soon as we load back in. Leveling is faster now, but it's still very long. Very, very long. But that is what a legendary weapon looks like now. So that's what, 3, 6, 9, 11 different tunable bits. And you can see a lot of them have 2 or 3 statistics on them. You know, 45% damage to a skill seems pretty good. And that is my sword, and I also have, of course, the book, which is named Dirty Ditties for Smutty Parties. And again, we've got 3, 6, 9, 12 bits and pieces that can be swapped in here. You get, I think, 1 heraldry, and then you get 3 sort of general ones. So I've gone with single target attacks here. And then you get a bunch, 6 it looks like, that are individual skill buffs, and then a couple more sort of class-wide buffs at the bottom. So as you can see, each of these are the ones I chose to make myself a damage machine. But I'm going to call it here for the evening. I want to thank you guys, as always, very, very much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I know all of us streamers say that, and I think we all mean it, because it would be a lot less interesting to stream to nobody. So, thank you guys. I should be back tomorrow at my usual time. A lot of that's going above your head. Yeah, these days. Well, yeah. It is a complicated system, but when you get the hang of it, it's a lot more straightforward than you think at first. So basically, in 10 minutes, I could walk somebody through it. I'll be back tomorrow at my usual time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, early morning in Asia and Australia. I might start a little earlier. Kind of depends on where I am in my day. I expect I'm going to be back here, working my way towards the expansion proper, which will take me eventually. Here we are, Minas Tirith. Minas Tirith and the environs. Old Anorian. Central Gondor. Western Gondor. And Umbar. I can't zoom on Umbar? There we go. The city of Umbar proper. I doubt I'll get there tomorrow. It'll probably take a little bit longer than that. But that's my intention to get there. It's also possible at some point I'll take a day to start leveling up one of the new class. The Mariner. To see what that's like. I'm not sure as to if they have a special starting area or not. I doubt it. It's probably just one of the regular starting areas with a different class mechanic. My understanding is it's sort of a back and forth mechanic where you do an attack like this and you have to do a skill like that, or you do a couple of attacks like this to buff up a skill over here, and then back. Basically, sort of a back and forth mechanic meant to sort of represent fencing with a parry and attack. So you're supposed to be sort of a swashbuckler. But that's my plans for the immediate future. Spend too much on fishing stuff these days, not as much on gaming anymore. I did a lot of spinner fishing when I was a kid. In creeks. That was most of my fishing. A little bit of fly fishing, but not much. Games were always my primary, and still are, obviously. Most likely on the 8th, which I think is Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. I'll be playing V Rising, as it's the 1.0 actual launch. If you're not familiar with V Rising, it is a vampire survival builder game that's been quite successful in early access and is finally getting a release. And on, I think, the 16th, WoW has the Pandaria reloaded, redone, expanded, weirded up with all kinds of interesting new additions and changes and stuff. And that actually sounds really interesting to me, so I'll probably be giving that a try. Those are the only two sort of immediate things that are likely to be played outside of my standard whatever appeals to me. But for the next few days at least, I expect it's going to be Lord of the Rings Online. Again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I should be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your Friday night, and I require you to have a kick-ass weekend. I want reports on my desk about everything you did first thing Monday morning. I'm back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now.